Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Strategic Mind, the Pacific. I'm back, and while I was off screen there was something that came to my attention, and it has to do with the unit. So as it is, units who have a cargo truck can't use the ability to move by boat and deploy on the beaches. And they also can't use the float planes. So I actually want to start this mission with these guys without the trucks, so they can actually use that. And that does give me a little bit more points, and I should probably invest those. What does this do? Spawning range. I can go for the torpedoes. That's a bit weird because no, let's get this torpedo type 35. That's pretty decent. I don't need this improved optics right now. It's pretty expensive, but I guess just there are so many things that I want to do right now that I'll have to wait a bit. Also, something that's new from the previous game is that these heroes, if you have a unit which can get a hero, one of these specific heroes, you can actually see what is the prerequisite to get it. So, for example, Mochitsuga Hashimoto is a hero that can be unlocked by dealing 25 damage to capital ship's hull with submarines. And I'm currently 13 points of the way there. There are other guys like that as well, like this guy is part of capital ship. So if I select the capital ship and him, I can see that I need to deal 30 damage to capital ship's hull, and I haven't done that with the Yamato class yet. Funny thing is that he can't be obtained before the 1st of January 1920. Or like, did they use the birth dates or something? I don't. Oh, this one is 1940. It's a bit confusing, these starting dates. But yeah, anyway, that's basically it. So this guy's for a carrier. What do I need to do? Well, use the aviation recon skill 20 times. For this guy, it's 25 damage. For the escort ship, it's 10 damage to submarine's hull and 15 damage to escort ship's hull. As for the tactical bomber, that's going to be 30 damage to naval units hull as well. This is a fighter, 30 damage to aircraft. And this infantry is 30 damage to enemy units and capture 5 enemy infrastructure facilities. This is pretty difficult, I think. But we'll see. Either way, yeah, my voice is still terrible. But I'm gonna continue here with this campaign. So currently we're having 31 maximum points, and well, we'll get a few less depending on how much we deploy. Let's get started with the next mission though. We already spent those points on training program and increased airfield crews. I'm quite sure that if I get 400 points for the next one as well, I'm going to invest that in training program 2 and another ability for 100 points, so we can at the very least get the maximum amounts of worth out of our points. There are a lot of these things which I think are really, really good, and I actually want all of them. So there's no well, there are some specific orders, but training program is the one that I want first, really. I think that's above and beyond the best one that you can have. And then afterwards I will go over my order probably after the 3rd mission, because yeah, I already have my work cut out for the 2nd one. Let's go to the campaign map and start the Battle of the Philippines.
Commander-in-Chief of the Combined Fleet, upon your order, the attack on Pearl Harbor was successfully carried out. The enemy fleet has suffered huge losses, ours are negligible.
Exactly.
At ease. Sit down, Nagomo. You have successfully carried out the attack on Pearl Harbor, Admiral. Congratulations.
Thank you, Commander.
Nonetheless, I am dissatisfied with the result of the operation as a whole.
What?
It's not your fault that the enemy carriers were not at Pearl Harbor, or that our diplomats demonstrated
We'll get
infamous blunder. We did deal significant damage to the U.S. Pacific Fleet, but we have failed to achieve our main goal. We did not fully undermine its combat readiness.
Without the enemy battleships, we can act with a more open strategy and some audacity, bringing the enemy carriers to an inevitable demise.
I did not see that open strategy and audacity when you refused to carry out my direct command to attack Midway on the way back home.
Well, the weather was unfavorable. Furthermore, compared to the Pearl Harbor attack, the Midway bombing would have felt like a mosquito bite.
We cannot relax. Right now, every mosquito bite counts. I am eager to become a mosquito and bite the U.S. Pacific Fleet myself, if necessary.
Suck that blood right out.
It seems that you are not showing the same eagerness. It is unworthy of an admiral of the Imperial Fleet.
Throw him out of the airlock.
I beg your forgiveness. My conduct was utterly unacceptable. I ask you to give me one last chance to make up for my fault before you and the Emperor.
I will give you another chance. However, our next operation in the Philippines will be carried out by another admiral. It will give you enough time to reflect on and consider your actions.
Ouch.
Thank you very much. I will not let you down again, Yamamoto-san.
I have faith in you. Nagomu, you are dismissed.
Yes, Admiral.
That's harsh.
From Prime Minister Tojo to Admiral Yamamoto. The great results you have achieved during the attack on Pearl Harbor have given me confidence in our God's grace to the Empire. Now is the time to take over the Philippines. Their seizure is important, not only from the economic, but also from the military point of view. It will allow us to expand our defense perimeter and to secure sea communications. The American General MacArthur said he'd make the Philippines unapproachable, and any attack on the Philippines will cost us 3 years of battles and the lives of 500,000 soldiers. When this chatterbox faces the real rage of the samurai, he will regret his stupid bravado.
Yes.
Our valiant army and navy will defeat the enemy like two powerful razor-sharp blades.
Army?
If only the hands holding these blades were controlled by the same head. Although, should we worry about things that we have no influence over? Let's get down to business. Admiral Ugaki, what have you managed to find out about the enemy?
The number of soldiers in the joint American-Filipino group will most definitely exceed the forces we can use for landing. However, judging by our spies' reports, the Yankees pay no attention to the combat training of their allied Filipino troops. Plus, the discipline in the American units leaves much to be desired.
Oh no.
Good. Admiral Minoru Ota, how ready are our landing forces for the battle? You, as the commander of the Special Naval Landing Forces, Reku Sentai, are personally responsible for their training and landing operations.
The operational effectiveness of Rico Sentai units leaves no doubts. Not only are our Marines well trained, but also happy to sacrifice the lives for their Emperor. They can destroy even a numerically superior enemy.
That's exactly what I expected to hear. Now, let's discuss the plan of the operation.
I'll outline the key objectives. Our main task is to take over Luzon, the largest of the Philippine islands. As soon as it is done, the Americans' defense in the Philippines will collapse. On Luzon, our forces have to seize the cities of Apari, Gongaza, Vigan, Tugue Garao, San Fernando, Tarlac, Balanga, Cavite, and finally take over Manila, the capital of the island.
That's right. However, we have to destroy the enemy's fleet and aircraft.
The Asiatic fleet that was based in the Philippines has recently left Manila Bay and is now supposedly going north across Luzon's west shore to interfere with our landing. However, it's not a large one. I would be more concerned about the submarines attack. As for the American air unit on Luzon, it is quite a large one. I note that a big part of it is concentrated on Apari Airfield, which is within our aircraft's range.
It would be prudent to destroy the enemy planes on Apari right at the beginning of the operation, thus getting the upper hand in the air with just one strike.
We can strike at any moment. Our first and second units of sudden attack are in Luzon Strait at full alert. As for the main forces, they can be deployed on Formosa and enter the battle.
Amazing. Now we have just one question to discuss. The most difficult one. Interaction with the army.
Chief of the Imperial Japanese Army General Staff, Hajime Sugiyama, has developed his own plan of invasion to Luzon from the east. At first it was synchronized with the fleet's actions. Yet, now Sugiyama reports that landing of ground forces is delayed for a few days, at least. I suppose the army has faced some organizational problems.
What a
That
D.
won't do. While the army takes its time, the Americans will withdraw most of their troops out of our reach, or even worse, will strike first. We can't let this happen. The Navy will start invading the Philippines without army ground forces. Sugiyama shall join us when he's ready.
But it's very risky. Prime Minister Tojo might not approve this decision.
With all due respect to Tojo, may I remind you that I am your immediate superior? I order you to start the operation immediately. I will take all responsibility for this decision.
Yes. So the army is not purposefully delayed, of course, accidentally delayed. So we're going to have to take the brunt of the attack, unfortunately. Well, so be it. Let's deploy our forces first, and yeah, I want to talk about something before we start here. So we get a couple of extra ground forces, some core, some non-core, and some extra destroyers. So the idea for the start here is that I definitely want to support the naval landing up here, so that the forces that are here can start working their way down. I want to start doing that as fast as possible. To this end, I do want to have the bulk of my forces go into that way. Also because I need to finish off the enemy submarines before they attack the convoy ships, which is going to be a big problem. Now we know that the Asiatic fleet is going to come from the west. That's basically what the briefing told us. And it's going to start moving up, basically to engage our forces. Most of the enemy air forces are at Luzon, but probably not all of them. So we'll have to coordinate
We bring
the
the storm.
carrier forces in an appropriate manner in order to help out there. We can also use the I-15 class to scout out a bit, so I want to deploy that to that side.
We will be victorious.
As for the Yamato class, if we take a look at the ship itself, it has a gun range of 6, at least for its main gun, and it has 7 move points. If we deploy it here, it can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with a gun range of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever is in this area, I can then blast it with the Yamato class, which is exactly what I want. At least the Shokaku class carrier can also fight.
Firestorm.
Unfortunately, the Ryujo class cannot. Either
Just
way,
show us the target.
I will deploy both of the destroyers here, as close to this area as possible,
We bring
with the two carriers in the back. The few forces that we have will be deployed in this fashion for fast
We are but an
redeployment.
extension of the Emperor's will.
Maybe I should have bought 2 artillery, but I guess we'll be fine. Now these guys should be able to take off from this clear terrain. Besides this,
Those bombs are quite
I
dangerous,
also
you
want to
know?
deploy my air forces, but they'll be in the carriers itself. Let's get started. So, because I chose that ability, the training, at the start of the mission, all of our non-core forces can actually be upgraded.
Let us bathe in the wisdom of our
Or leveled up,
godly
that is.
emperor.
So that's actually what I want to do at first. So, for this Mogami class, which is this thing, a heavy cruiser indeed, it has seaplanes and the task force ability apparently. So that's pretty neat. The weird thing is it already shows that and it can't stack, so taking that ability on this guy is not very useful. Then the amount of guns it has is technically 4. It's not too useful. No. The best way to do this, I suppose, is just to use overpower. It's not too bad.
We serve faithfully.
For most of the Kagero class, I actually want to start off with scouting, because I think scouting for them is a better ability than
Our strength is in
Overwatch,
numbers,
especially
of
on a
dead
mission where I expect there to be relatively
serve
little
faithfully.
enemy air forces, because like the briefing said, the
Observing
idea
the
is that we are going to destroy most of the enemy planes at Luzon on the ground. So we're going to see only, probably at least, only light artillery. This is pretty decent, but I like Terrain Expert a lot, so I'll go for that. This artillery, I don't want Defender, I'm gonna go for Mobile. Gains 1 movement point and can move again, that's pretty good. Get a bit of extra movement, that's pretty useful for most of the units. I like Forced March the most, so I'll usually go for that, because it increases the speed of my units, even if it's just slightly. And I think that comes in pretty handy on any mission, really, because you're always strapped for time. I have to say, I personally find this game to be a lot harder than a game like Order of Battle, already for some of the aforementioned reasons, like usually a very limited amount of strategies work in a mission, because if you get surprised in this game, you will suffer tremendously. Either way, for the bombers, definitely going for all weather.
The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident.
There are quite a few rainy turns in this game, and we haven't seen those yet at Pearl Harbor, but we will see them now, and all weather really helps with that. Alright, so we're ready and set. Took a pretty long time, but we made it. Personally, I'm a pretty big fan of using scouting, the aviation recon. Now, using the aviation recon, it usually gets destroyed, and it does count for 15 prestige here, so it's definitely not free, but I think usually it's very much worth it to use the aviation recon to scout ahead already. And some things you can expect, like I expect there to be an anti-aircraft gun either here or here, but I don't know where it is. For example, in this area, it might be on the airfield itself, it might be on this hex or on this hex, and I wouldn't be surprised to find on any of them, and I need to scout it out first anyway.
Verifying the enemy's.
Okay, it was there. So that,
Brave Rico Sentai fighters. You were the first ones to set foot on enemy land. The time has come.
yes, sure. So what we can see already is 2 forts, an artillery piece, an anti-aircraft gun, and an infantry. In order to land properly with at least the Ryuku Sentai, the infantry. You know, we
Protectors of the
have to do whatever it takes. So this one can't reach, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can actually reach this thing, but the damage output is likely to be low. That's fine though.
enemy vessels. Are
Anything counts really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's nothing else it can shoot at. Neither. 1. Yeah, so in that regard it doesn't matter. I'd rather put it higher up.
Do you
Let's
require
just use
assistance?
sonar first. Maybe we'll find a submarine.
Good day,
That's
Commander.
always
We will be on
always
time.
good.
Long live His Majesty, the Emperor!
Well, I can't really fire at anything else here,
Our
so
mighty weapons will smite them.
alright. That's down. It already makes the landing a little bit easier, and both of those couldn't reach even if they wanted to.
At your service.
So I did sonar here. We know there's enemy submarines, so I'd like to be furthest away here with this
no one
one.
can stop me, except for you.
This bit of sonar. Haven't found anything. I can fire both of these and these, but this is no damage. I'd rather get a bit closer first to get
Do you
better
require
damage in.
assistance?
These guys can actually reach the anti-aircraft gun, so I'll be glad to do
Enemy
that.
vessels are lurking nearby.
Okay, nothing yet.
Have a taste of our power.
I think. Yeah, sorry guys. The
Imperial
throat is still a
destroyer
bit of an
at your
issue.
service.
I think. Let's see.
We are the instrument of
You have
the
range of
Emperor's
5,
will.
so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably best off trying to blast the artillery here
Set the
first.
course.
Should have put up the seaplane. But that's fine. I'm gonna get the seaplane out over like this, so I can kind of spot in this area whether the enemy ships might be coming. And they'll go and try to destroy that seaplane anyway, if they can spot it themselves.
Our vessel
Okay,
is the pearl
so
of the
first
combined
off, there's no unit on that actually. It's quite funny.
fleet. Engage!
So this is out of reach, so
Our
let's just
mighty weapons
destroy that.
will smite them.
and then target this thing twice.
Our huge guns are about to fire.
I might not be able to destroy this, but at the very least I'll be able to make a landing, I think. Well, it depends. If I can get my bombers to get there, and I think I will, then I'm probably in a good position.
Imperial destroyer at your service.
Okay, so they were in a range of 2 around here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and be at least a bit further away from that in order to increase the range of my sonar. So I got the range still here, so if I want to be able to hit the anti-aircraft gun. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move here,
We will inform you if the enemy is ahead.
which is already a bit risky though if they have a gun there. Aha, there we are. That's one submarine. Alright. Yeah, obviously kind of shell. And this is exactly where that leveling up already comes in very well. Now that this unit has scouting, instead of being stuck here using only the torpedoes, I can now fire at the anti-aircraft gun, move 1x closer to the submarine, and then use the depth charges, which is, you know, a lot better. So that's why I'm very happy to be taking that ability.
Target acquired.
And
Target
boom,
acquired. Sector clear.
that's gone. So now I'll be moving up
Entering the designated area.
and then using
Targeting the enemy.
the depth charges.
Greetings from the Imperial Navy.
Okay, so this thing doesn't have that much anymore, which is good. And I still
Our strength is in numbers of
have
dead
at the
enemies.
very least one
Our
of these
strength is
left.
in numbers of
So
dead
I
enemies.
want to go and hit that eventually. I have 8 movement for it, but I also want to use the sonar. So what I'm gonna do, 1, 2, 3, 4, use the sonar there, and then probably I can move 5, 6, yeah.
Start the engine.
I might be able to finish this off already.
Ooh, which weapon is? Guess this one. Devastating gunfire.
Use sonar, didn't see anything.
Entering the designated area.
I'll wait with attacking, because if I use the planes,
If the battleships
I
are the
might
muscle
actually
of
get
the
into a
Imperial
better
Navy,
position.
We are its brain.
Yeah, let's just
Caution,
move you here.
The enemy may be nearby.
Now, I don't think there's more anti-aircraft guns here, but there's likely theirs is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is up till here. So what I can do is if they have a range of 4. So if I scout out this particular area and there's an anti-aircraft gun on this hex, then it will attack. So it will basically, doing this will give me information on whether the anti-aircraft gun is here or here, and reveal this thing to boot. So, and also whether I can use my planes over in this area. So that's really, I think, the best approach.
Verifying the enemy's location.
And it did reveal the anti-aircraft gun. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I probably should have moved like that. That would have been even better. Yeah, indeed it would have. Oh well, at least I know it's there. And I can bomb this without too much trouble. That's okay.
The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident.
5 damage, not bad.
Carrying bombs to enemy lines.
And I want to do this in such a way that I can also bomb this and then eventually get an air unit on that.
Just a
move
few moments,
down.
and we'll be there.
Are there new orders from our godly emperor? All
So
systems
now
operational. It's a good day
let's move
for
you
a naval
out.
battle, isn't it?
And use the 0 to attack this. Now this guy does not have any bombs if I'm... No, he's like, okay, good.
Consider them dead.
Actually, the fighter is
Easy
weakest,
kill.
so I want to use that
We
to finish
carry the deadly arrows of the
off
emperor.
that particular unit. It's going to be a tough one. If I take the airfield, then that by itself will also allow me to not bomb it. But what does... I don't specifically remember what... I think I need to destroy these guys first.
I'm in position. We found their weak spot. Target acquired.
So I can land here and move into the airfield. I think that should
We have more
work.
guns than the entire enemy fleet.
I'll be in trouble if
you
it
include
doesn't.
aircraft.
Oh yeah, I can't do that because of that thing.
Protectors of the fleet.
All systems.
Okay, I'll
Operation.
just go and bomb it.
The enemy's gonna have a tough time.
We have striked Apari airfield. The aircraft on the airfield have been damaged.
Keep bombarding the airfield. We can't let a single enemy plane take off from it.
Bow to the gifts of the Empire. Will there be fighters covering us?
I'm sure that
The sky
with
is
the
like an
zero,
ocean,
I can finish
and we
off the
are its
remainder.
sharks.
Maybe. I can't.
We surpass pathetic Gaijins in
Alright, I have these
everything.
guys. They're actually in range.
You can't hide from the blast
Alright,
waves.
destroyed 6 of the US aircraft. Not
Better be
bad.
targets.
Are there new orders
And
from
I'll
our
use the
godly
zero
emperor?
in the center, together with boom and
We
zoom.
bring death
Oh,
on our wings.
And
Do
hopefully
not underestimate us.
this will deter any enemy
Ahead of the
units from trying to attack either of these guys. It probably won't, but we'll see. Alright, not bad, not bad. This first turn does
Those
take
bombs are quite
pretty
dangerous,
long,
you know?
but that's all part of the game, I guess. So we do know there's a unit here, but I'm sure they will have anti-aircraft, and I'm not particularly excited to get caught by that.
I can't wait any longer.
Let's
Beneath the waves.
put you there, and
We carry the
maybe
deadly
do a bit
arrows
of
the
aviation
Emperor.
here too. Maybe I can see what's there.
Verifying
Yeah,
the enemy's
there is
location.
a an aircraft there. So this is my next target, I suppose. I can't bomb here because it's unsafe.
What should be destroyed next?
Well, I'm just gonna get you close.
Here we
That's
come.
probably the best approach for now. Okay, I can land the infantry already.
My life for the Emperor!
Okay.
Yes, Commander.
They can't move. Okay, fine.
Did you see the
so
size of our gun?
for the rest of these guys,
If you
I will let them
insist.
embark on a ship and also kind of just move in that general
I hope we
direction.
run out of ammo soon. My sword is thirsty for blood. I can't wait to enter the battle again.
I think you should be able to go from there. They can also embark on a seaplane, but that does cost a lot more. But
These vessels will enable us to know our glory.
alright, I need to land somewhere there. Well, that was silly. Oh well. I can make a few mistakes, just not too many. Let's get these guys out of here because this might turn into
Do
a
you
war
require
zone real
assistance?
quick. And I kind
No
of want
one
to
can
get these
stop
guys
me,
there too.
Except for you.
So you're probably gonna have to hang out there for a
That
bit.
area
Let's get
is under
closer.
our
Might get a
control.
bit more
We
intel.
won't let you down. I'm ready to blast
that's
some
it.
armor.
Okay, so there's a tank coming. Moving all the way up there. That's not good. But it didn't deal any damage. Okay. They got some guys coming. It's good to know. And the submarine attacking this. That's probably not the greatest idea. Wonder why they would do that. That's pretty silly.
Intelligence reports Corregidor Island, which blocks the way into Manila Bay, has been turned into a fortress by the Americans. They expect to stay on the defensive there, even after the loss of all of Luzon. It wouldn't be a problem for us, as blocking Corregidor and taking it over is just a matter of time. Besides garrisons and permanent fire positions, there are heavy coastal artillery batteries on the island.
So, That means our fleet will not be able to take action in Manila Bay without constantly being in danger of shelling. Corregidor will become a pain in the neck for us for many months. That will be a problem of strategic nature. We must destroy all the coastal batteries on Corregidor, every single one.
Alright, we can do that,
Observing
but
the
first let's use a bit of sonar here. We know that there was a submarine.
Have a taste of our power.
Okay, so the enemy did have some units which went up there, so I kind of want to use another seaplane in order to figure out what's gonna happen, but I have to respect the anti-aircraft gun here. 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. Going here is probably good. Don't need to go any further. That's as far as I need to Spaden. Okay. Clear enough.
We are ready to sink their ships.
Let's focus on something else first, though. So we know what they have
I'm
there.
in position.
And
Entering the enemy-controlled zone.
sure, let's just use the sonar. They repaired this, it seems like. Kind of a shame I'm not actually seeing it right now.
Imperial destroyer at your service.
So it's not too much damage. Wonder why these guys deal more.
Engaging in combat.
Let's just attack.
Take this, dirty rats.
And I think we can pretty soon expect an attack from these guys. I'll just have to be a bit careful with the range. I think I can take them out without taking too many casualties myself. If I play my cards right.
Be careful with the bombs. Things are going to explode.
As for these, it's probably pretty convenient that they can just bomb it and then already move back.
Approaching.
Because I'll probably need them in the upcoming battle. Okay, this is down to 1. I don't need both of these guys to fight.
We have quenched our blades' thirst for blood.
The faster I get the airfield, the
We are ready to serve. Japanese warriors are the most feared and deadly.
earlier I get to use it.
One more territory for the Empire.
Alright, take over the
The
airfield,
samurai are always ready to do battle.
and I'll take over the
I try not to
objective.
cry with tears of joy when I see our sacred flag. It is difficult.
So what I need to do now is... Oh yeah, they can't attack anymore. Okay, so I kinda need to move you here. And then I'll have to put the transport here and hope that my unit still gets to move.
What should be destroyed next?
And I can't bomb this due to the anti-aircraft gun.
Imperial destroyer at your service. Enemy troops ahead.
Ah, good, I detected it at least.
Observing the horizon. We found a weak spot. Sector
Okay,
clear.
that's down. Both of these
We require
unfortunately
assistance.
can't attack the submarine, but I will live with it. At the very least, these guys get the bomb here now, and I kind of need to do that because these guys are ground-based aircraft, so they can't. These tactical bombers can't land anywhere else but on
Their days are numbered.
regular airfield. So they need to stick close to this objective
Those
or
bombs
close to
are
the
heavy.
airfield in order to
The
remain
enemy's
useful.
gonna have a tough time. In unity is our
Right,
strength.
they're down to 5.
Protectors of the fleet.
You use the
Imperial
guns. You
destroyer
didn't.
at your service. Target acquired. Greetings from the Imperial Navy.
Okay, they're down to
Who
1,
do you want me to kill?
and they can't reach that there fighter anyway. So
They will pay in blood. One down.
finish that
How
off.
many more to go?
really hope that they'll be able to move in here.
All enemy territories will be
There we
ours.
go. So they took that over, and I'm quite sure I can't use it yet. I think I have to wait till it's more repaired. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be at least at 50%, so that takes 3 turns at least. That's rather unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's because of the bombing that I did, but I kind of have no choice there. Yeah, so these guys will become useful once I can do that. I still get to attack both this and this with some of these. So I kind of need to stick around, but I also need to be careful of these guys. So first of all, for this, it has range 5 and movement 7, so it's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So kind of along the range of the submarine. And this one, for example, has 12 movement as well, but I don't care that much about this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's this is basically the line behind which I want to have my units on this turn.
Do you require assistance? Engaging in combat. Ooh, which weapon to use? Guess this one.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 11, 12. I think he'll be safe up here. At least I think.
Your orders. Searching for the enemy. Have a taste of our power. Devastating gunfire.
That's down. It has 7 movement. So 1, 2, 3. I need to move it here. That's 3 movement. Then I'll 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. That won't cut it.
Moving carefully.
So I'll just move them up. Let's count once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I don't care about this. Let's see. 11. Right? Yeah. No, this is 5 range. That would be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sure.
We are the instrument of the
1, 2,
Emperor's
3,
will.
4, 5, 6. Moving
We
here
bring
should be
forth
quite safe.
imperial justice.
And I'll use this.
Look at those guns! They are huge! There is no stopping us!
To already start bombing this and actually have an edge there. Okay. I know that they have that anti-aircraft in there. So what can I do against that? Technically, I could use this to use zoom and boom and such, or I could just bomb in this general area, which is
A tactical
probably
bomber
for
is
the
here.
better.
Approaching. Poor souls. There better
That
be
way I can
targets.
quickly take over
The
this
weight of our
territory and
bombs
move
makes
further
me feel
down
more
south.
confident. Poor souls.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, good game, I guess. Yeah, wow.
What does
Alright.
the Emperor want us to do?
That was a mistake. Yeah, I'm playing far from perfect.
I obey your orders.
Do you require assistance?
I think...
Your orders. Entering the designated area. Imperial destroyer at your service. Entering the designated
I'm gonna keep
area.
these guys there for
I'm
one
in
more turn
position.
to attack along this line. But I already want to send these guys
Searching
over
for
to
the
this
enemy.
position.
Checking that sector.
We bring forth imperial justice.
So I also want to get these units over there as quickly as possible. I want them to deploy there and then head south towards San Fernando, whereas these forces here are going to move down through here, and then they're kind of going to meet up. But I think I want to have the tank force over here, whereas I want to have both the infantry and the artillery on this side.
We bring the storm. Firestorm.
Gotta keep these guys in supply, but
There are no enemy
as close as
submarines in the
possible
area,
to the air units so they
right?
can quickly refuel.
We serve faithfully.
Let's see
Our strength
what's
is in
left.
numbers of
Just
dead
you.
enemies.
Again, I'll keep it to the side for when these guys move up, then I can use the sub on the next turn. It actually
Kill
has
an
a
enemy
float
with a
plane
single
already
hit.
also.
I
How
would
do they
like
have
to try.
float these seaplanes on a
Karate
submarine?
master can kill an enemy with a single hit.
Alright,
I would like to try.
let's end the turn. Yeah, that was kind of a mistake. Okay. Boom. Artillery. Well. That will need to be addressed. These guys ain't firing, so that's good. Yeah, but it is night though, so that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, let's use a seaplane from this thing this time. And I guess kind of just move it here right now. Nothing.
Are there new orders from our godly emperor?
Okay,
Verifying the enemy's location.
the enemy ships are here. So this way we definitely have the first attack. This thing has a range of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm quite sure I can find a way to still attack this with my 4-range gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. That's from this position.
Approaching.
I'll use the incendiary shells because I'll deal more damage that way.
Gaijin's insurance shall ensure their death. Gaijin's insurance shall ensure their death.
And then use the anti-aircraft gun on this. I don't think this guy can deal damage back, really.
Engage. Number 1.
Nope.
We will win the day.
It's hard to say how much damage I did.
We will
But
be victorious.
I'm still gonna launch another float plane to fly over this. Maybe that way I'll have slightly more info. Anti-aircraft gun on this thing is turned off. They have 2 fires. Okay, so it's definitely
We
time to
are
bring
the
this thing in.
muscle of the Imperial Navy.
And with this as well, these guys have a range of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, if I move in here, 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, perfect. But I kind of want to attack them at 4 range as well afterwards. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Okay, let's just do it like this. Let's move in here, attack with the 5 range. Okay, kind of messed that up, but I seem to be not taking any damage back.
Engage. Number 1.
Maybe because it's a heavy cruiser. Against this one I will. So... might be better off just doing this first.
Our huge guns are about to fire. We will win the day.
Okay. Good. And I still have one attack left.
Our
Let's do
huge
this.
guns are about.
Okay, they only took down a piece of the anti-aircraft. Not too shabby.
Observing the horizon.
Next up. How often did you fire already? Once. So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We will
Yeah,
inform
sure.
you if the enemy is ahead. For Japan and for the Emperor. Have a taste of.
As for both of these, I kind of want them to fire back, because this is a non-core unit,
Enemy vessels are lurking nearby.
and that makes it more beneficial for me if they attack that one instead of my core unit. Yeah.
Start the engine.
I can't attack this anymore because I've already damaged its secondary gun, and I can only deal damage to both of these and a little bit to the hull, but... or I can't deal damage to the hull with non-core units, and now just
We found their weak spot.
gonna wail on these two. That's all I can do now.
I'm in position. Enemy vessels are lurking nearby. Take this, you dirty rats. Target acquired.
Oh, I guess I used
We
the
will
wrong thing
inform
there.
you if the enemy is ahead.
Oh well. Let's
Your
keep
orders.
going.
That area is under our control. Greetings from the Imperial. Take this, you dirty rats. Ooh,
Should have attacked this. That
Guess this
was silly of me.
one. That area is under our control.
But I dealt as much as I could during the first round. I think I've kind of mauled them,
We are the Seawolves!
but they're very likely to still have depth charges. Can you... yeah, you're doing scouting, okay.
Silent and
So definitely
death from below!
attacking there,
Looking for prey.
and then moving in back there, hoping they won't scout it out. I still have my my bombers, or at least some of them, I think.
If the battleships are the muscle of the Imperial
Unfortunately,
Navy,
they do have their
we
anti-aircraft
are
gun
its
there.
brain.
But okay, these guys, they do get the fire back. So let's
Imperial
first
fleet
of all use
knows
the
no
aviation
defeat.
recon again
Verifying the enemy's location.
to draw that out.
We bring the storm. Firestorm.
Those bombs are quite dangerous, you know?
Okay, so that's no good. I can't use that on this turn, definitely. All right.
What should be destroyed next?
And like I said, it's problematic that these guys then need to go back.
Are we fully loaded? Carrying bombs to enemy lines. Those bombs are quite dangerous, you know?
But since I'm not 100% confident that this will turn on...
Imperial Air Service. Bow to the gifts of the Empire. In
Wow.
unity is our
Zero
strength.
damage.
Let's lose some weight. Will there be fighters covering us?
Not particularly lucky here.
No one escapes our fury.
Your orders.
Okay.
Which weapon to use? Guess this one.
We are ready to serve.
I don't think it will deal damage, because I would have thought that it would have been in the calculations already. But I'm not too sure now. Alright, let's just make him surrender here.
Japanese warriors are the most feared and deadly of all.
I'll try to move around this. I need to go and attack that thing eventually.
Just show us the target. Target acquired. Greetings from the Imperial Navy.
And
We
I'll
will
definitely
inform you
go
if
and
the enemy is ahead. Your orders.
move these. They're
Checking
not
that
too
sector.
useful anymore, I think. With only this left, I'm
sky
sure I'll
is
be able
like
to
an ocean.
manage.
And we
Not
are
making the
sharks.
same mistake of attacking there again.
Are there any targets?
Yeah, getting too close to that is only okay in this.
We will
Right.
move fast and strike hard.
Sure.
We will cut them to ribbons.
Don't mind attacking here. It's out of ammo now, so that's looking good.
Saving bullets for priority
Let's see what's
targets.
left. Oh yeah. This is tricky because I think I can pretty successfully pretty safely at least, kept them down here in the dark. I don't think they'll be seen. But that is a bit of a gamble, not gonna lie.
Underestimate us. A new battle awaits.
But then
We
I'll
have
have
more
the
guns
carriers
than
in the
entire
back
enemy
here.
fleet, if you include aircraft.
Do you require assistance?
We can keep a secret.
I'm quite sure you cannot land yet, no.
We are nobody, unseen and unheard.
Hmm. They're at 8. Problem is,
Only a few bombs left. Prepare to disengage.
Yes, Commander.
okay, that
Victory
works.
will be ours.
The bunker can't target them there. So I can already safely move them up in here. And they'll be fine.
Saving bullets for priority targets.
So... Actually move you ahead a bit.
Protectors of the fleet.
We are the Seawolves.
Be careful with the bombs.
Alright, let's end the turn. How is it... What? What is firing here? The fort against the Type 35 Kurogane, but it... Let's actually see, because I'm learning stuff every day as well. This is weird. Doesn't seem to be having a gun. But then... yeah. How about you? This is really strange. And now you're... I really don't get it. What
Saving
did I
bullets for
target
priority
then?
targets.
What should be destroyed next?
Well, let's just end the turn and see how bad this will be. Pretty... relatively bad? Not sure. Okay. I mean, it is night. Okay. Don't tell me they'll find the submarine. Uh-oh. Okay, good, good. Oh wow. Oh, that really hurt. Wow. Okay. Seriously? They did 3 and we did 1? Or nothing at all? That's pretty crazy. I really dislike the rain animation in this game though. It makes it pretty much impossible to see anything really. Either way, I'm gonna end the video here, so I wanna thank you all for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode of the Strategic Mind Japanese campaign. Take care, and see you then. Bye-bye.